Hello everyone. In this session, I would like to discuss about why we go for JavaScript. By using JavaScript, what we can do. These things we are going to discuss. First of all, why we go for JavaScript means, for example, I have one HTML page. That page is running inside the browser. That particular page contains only static text. I don't want to perform any operation. Only first time load, I loaded some content. After that, I don't want to perform any operation. Then that time, there is no JavaScript, nothing is required. First of all, do that one. Open Visual Studio Code, just create one HTML file. Okay, just here you can write like a test.html file. Here you can write like one div. Okay, my content is like a such. My content is like a such. Now I created one HTML file. Just run this file. Run this file. If you run, it looks like this. It looks like this. It looks like this. Now, once my content loaded inside the browser, after that, I don't want to perform any operation. It's like a such in, okay, starting to ending, my content is like this only. I don't want to perform any operation. Then that time there is no scripting, nothing is required. When the scripting is required, when the JavaScript is required means once the content loaded, on this content, if you want to perform some operations, then that time on my DOM elements, if you want to perform some operations, how I can perform some operations means one of the scripting languages is required. By using that scripting language, we can do some operations on my DOM elements. For the best example, you can take it. Just create one button. If I click on the button, this particular searching content has to change like a red color. So how we can just create one button like this, click. Now come here, refresh the page. Now, if I click on the button, that means you are performing some operation on my DOM element button or not. Then that time, this particular DOM element color has to change like what? Red color or not. That means, okay, you are performing some operation on this particular DOM element. On this particular DOM element, you are performing like what? Applying one style like color red or not. That means after loading this particular element, you are performing some operation on this particular elements or not. Then you can go with what? Scripting or not. So you can write some script now. You can write some script now like this. You can write it like this. You can write it now. Here on click, you can write it on click equals to one method has to execute, so that just you can write your function f1, whatever you can write function click. If you want to write, you can write it. It's not a matter for me. Just you can write it. Now once it is done, at the time of clicking on the button, this method is going to execute it. This button click, you are performing some operation on this particular element or not. Click event you triggered, so that this method is going to execute it. When this method is executed, whenever this method is going to execute, this particular element has to change its color or not. So how we can means, so the just you can get like element reference document dot query selector, we can use it. Query selector of my div dot style dot my color equals to red. Now come here and refresh my page. If I click on the button, see this, my color get changed or not. No, see, first time load is this one. If you don't want to perform any operation starting to ending like this only, there is no scripting, nothing is required. In between, if you want to do some operation on this particular elements, then scripting is required or not. Like this, my JavaScript. By using JavaScript, we can do these operations on my DOM or not. Thanks guys, thanks for watching.